Well, good evening, my friends. Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with another live CGC unboxing. Today I have 3 boxes. Actually, a 4th one arrived, but I don't have time to do the 4th one today, so I'm going to leave that for another day. And I have a feeling more boxes are going to arrive tomorrow and perhaps again on Wednesday. So we'll leave some more for later in the week. Guys, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I'm a comic book presser. I'm also an authorized CGC dealer located way up in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, a snowy Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. And like I said, this is a live CGC unboxing. We're going to look through around close to 75 books tonight, guys. 3 boxes. I think they're all full. And we got a good group of people already here in the room and asking questions. That's a great thing because, guys, if you were a member, not really a member, if you're a subscriber, that's better. If you're a subscriber here to the channel, you can participate in our live chats. And what that exactly is you talking with me. So if you subscribe to the channel, when we go to the chat section, I go to the chat section about 5 or 6 times, actually probably more than that, probably like 10 times per episode. You can ask any question you might have pertaining to comic book collecting, comic book pressing, the grading process, fandom, whatever you want, we can talk about right here on the show. But again, you must be a subscriber to do so. And you guys can also kibitz with each other as well when I'm going through these books. So let's get started, guys. Right off the bat, we have a signature series book we've been waiting for quite some time for. This, whoop, that was a wrong button. I need the overhead. Hold on, right there. There we go. This here is Game of Thrones, what is it, number 6, and it's signed by Emilia Clarke. Wow, 2 initials. Those 2 initials cost about $400, I think. Is that right, what it cost? I think it was really crazy money. But anyways, this is Luke's book. He was waiting for this one as well. So now he's got it. It's back, and it's ready to go. So there we go. Next we have... okay, ooh, it's a lower... Well, we got some modern books here. All right, let's see. We've got a Canadian newsprint... Sorry, it says Canadian newsstand price variant for TMNT Adventures number 1 and a 6.5. We also have a first appearance of Silver Sable. Also in a Canadian price variant in a 9.0. We have another one, but this one is a direct copy, and this one is a 9.6 right there. We also have Amazing Spider-Man 294. It's a newsstand copy, also in a 9.6. It looks like someone was a fan of that Craven story that was so popular back in the late 80s. And this one is The Web of Spider-Man 32 in a 9.4. Also a newsstand, but for some reason they didn't bother to mark it down on here. Consistency! Oh, that's a nice copy of Spectacular Spider-Man number 1 in a 9.6. And it looks like my stack has reached its threshold. I have to rebag these and put them away and go over to the chat room and see who is here. And yeah, let's get there right now. Okay, the chat room is where? Where'd I put it? Right there. Okay. And I listened to Wayne, and I'm in live chat. So let's see who's in the house today. So Lord Thoth is here. He's my blue wrench for the day. Thanks for coming out, Lord Thoth. He says like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please do that. It does help the channel greatly. And you know what's crazy? Since I hit 2,000, I'm almost at 2,030. And that was I went up 30 people really quick, 30 subscribers really quick. And you're probably wondering about my 2,000 subscriber giveaway show. Well, that's going to take place probably during the March break, which is coming up in about a week and a half. I'm going to do a video that outlines all the prizes because there are many. I'll do a quick video updating that list. And then I will also announce the date for when the actual giveaway is going to be. And I think I figured how I'm going to do it. It's going to be a lot. You have to be here during the live stream to take part. I'm not going back and doing the whole, the comment thing. That takes a lot of time. This is going to be a little bit quicker. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask like a skill testing question, and the first 5 people to answer will then pick a number between 1 and whatever, and I'll write down a number on a piece of paper, and whoever gets closest to that number will win the gift. There you go. That seems to be the simplest way to do it. And the reason why I'm letting, 5 people give their answers is because of the lag. The lag, everyone hates the computer lag, and so this might solve that problem. So that's coming up very, very soon. So again, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can participate in our 2,000 subscriber giveaway coming up very, very soon. And then after that, I'll probably go to more of a monthly giveaway. So we don't have to wait so long for these fun events, right? Okay, let's see who else is here. Rob Bin says, would like to hear your opinion on mechanical errors. Received a batch of books and all of them had scuffs on the same part of the slab. CGC said to send them back and they would evaluate whether they are worthy of re-encapsulation. If not, I would be on the hook for returning them. Have you encountered this type of situation before in which CGC would not honor a mechanical error? Well, it's not that they don't honor a mechanical error. I'm going to tell you right now, if it's, there was a time, I remember I had a client, this is going back about 3 or 4 years ago, and he was very, very picky about the tiniest little tick or scratch on the case. He was pissed off, and I was sending tons of books back for him. A lot of work for me too, but nonetheless, CGC was honoring it. They were giving him new slabs every time. Then about 2.5 years before COVID, they told all the dealers. I got an email saying, we reserve the right to determine whether or not the slab should be replaced or not. And if we deem that it was okay, we will charge you a reslabbing fee. They do the exact same thing to me. If I send books back for people for mechanical error and there's a scuff, I won't send back for a scuff because they're going to charge me. I know they will. They've told me before, we're not going to replace slabs with a scuff on it. Now, if there's something embedded in the book, like a hair or a piece of debris, they'll do that. If there's a little chip in the book, in the slab, or a crack, of course they'll do it. But if there's a scuff, just a scuff, I mean, out of the books I just showed you, I probably could find 3 or 4 with scuffs on them. They will not do that. So be warned. I don't know what's going to happen, Rob. I have a feeling if it's just a scuff, if it's a significant scuff, if it's really bad, okay. If it's almost like a gouge or it's like in a bad spot, like I sent an ASM 300 back for a guy. There was a real huge scuff over Spider-Man's face. It was really unsightly, and they agreed and they redid it. But I mean, if it's a little scuff in the corner or a little, whatever, they may not do it. But good luck. I hope it works out. Henry says, well, I've sent about 50 books for pressing, cleaning, and grading. One had to be returned for a new case. Original arrived cracked. That is not a bad record, but extra work for Kevin. Yeah, it is. I've been waiting. I've got a bunch back now. I've got to ship them back. I think another fella's coming to the shop on Saturday to pick up a book that was also arrived cracked. It's a pain, but I think it kind of goes along with the territory, right? I mean, you're shipping plastic slabs back from and it's not close by, from Sarasota all the way up to Oshawa here. Going through customs, going from one hand to another hand to another hand. In fact, one of the boxes I've gotten back, the 4th box downstairs, there's a big dent in it. So who knows if there'll be cracked books in there. It almost comes with the territory, but it does stink. That's for sure. Mike says, sweet. Warren is here. How you doing, guys? Prince Zodiac's in the house. How you doing, my friend? Wayne, you. Sorry you got busy overclocking my PC. Also, my notification didn't work. I don't know. Did anybody else's notification not work? Remember, whoa, just jump there. To go to live chat mode, Wayne, I already did that. Hello from Digital Man. Napur is here. How you doing, Napur? Warren says, hey guys, I've live buy it now on auction Thursday, March 2nd at 9 p.m. Warren, where? Where can they find your live auction? All right, let's keep going with some books. We'll get back to the chat momentarily. And then Warren will tell us where his live auction will be. All right, Warren? Okay, we got an X-Men 244 and a 9.6. We've got a Wolverine #1. I'm seeing scuffs on this one. In an 8.5. Oh, nice. We got a Wolverine 8 in a 9.8. Finally, a 9.8. Good stuff. We've got another one of those ASM 293s, the Craven story, and this one's a 9.4 newsstand, and I did make note of the newsstand on that one. These are all one guy's orders, I believe, because it was a pretty big modern order. We also have a Spec Spider-Man 101 in an 8.5. And we have a Spider-Man versus Wolverine. This is a pretty rough book, I remember. This went in a few times. This one only came back at 8.5. but that's probably the right grade on it. And we have a 9.4 copy of Web of Spider-Man 31, also a newsstand. I know my stack is getting high there. I'll do one more. We've got an X-Men 266 in an 8.0. Trying to see why they hit it so. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's some staining on this one. Some staining on the back. Look right there. You see that right there? Right. So they hit it hard. 8.0 for a first appearance of Gambit. All right, that stack is super high. Let's go back to the chat. I'll pack these babies up. Bad Hombre is here. Let's see my books here today. I don't know, Bad Hombre. I think they were shipped. Stay put, stick around. They might be here. And I think you're going to laugh at one of yours, Bad Hombre. I'm not going to tell you. I think I did something silly with yours, but you'll see when it comes in. It's a surprise. Hail Wayne, that's Lord Thoth. John Sherwood, hey, how you doing, John? Good to see you. John Vargas is here as well. What's up, Doc? Hope everybody is dry and warm right now. Like and subscribe. Thank you. I'm dry and warm, but it's pretty cold out there, I think. We had an awful bit of a storm going on here right now. Lord Thoth, love these streams. Love having you here, Lord. Thanks for again for being a blue wrench along with Wayne. Certainly do appreciate it. Another 50 books to go, guys. Actually, almost 55 books still to go. CGC Goodfellas, F you pay me. F you pay me. Got a problem with your book? F you pay me. Got a crack in your slab? F you pay me. I don't like the grade? F you pay me. Yeah, that sounds about right, eh, Wayne? John is saying it very politely. Like and subscribe, please. And I would have to agree. Digital Man, I use Nova Scratch Remover for my CGC slabs. Great stuff. And you know what? If one of the moderators could give a link to that, he's right. If you do have a slab that's got scuff marks and what have you, there are products out there, acrylic buffers that will actually, this is ridiculous, you have to do this, but that can actually clean up the scuffs on these CGC slabs. And he mentions here Nova Scratch Remover. I've used a McGuire's scratch remover. You could get it from Canadian Tire if you're up here in Canada. But yeah, there are products out there, liquids you can get to buff your slabs up so that they come out crystal clear. How you doing, Brian? Good to see you. Bad Hombre says, if I could find him again, where are you there? Imagine if CGC notices so many cases sent back due to cracks that they may just say, forget candidates, keep with that. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that would happen. It's a big market chunk they're going to say goodbye to, but hey, you never know. I don't think it's going to go on forever. They're going to come up with a policy where it's like, if it cracks, it's, they're going to sign off on it saying, if it cracks, we're not responsible for what happens in shipping. I think that will eventually happen. We're not there right now, but I won't be surprised if it does happen. Matt the End Pod says, I have 20 long boxes in an attic. Is now the best time to sell the wholesale? Chap. Well, probably about 8 months ago was probably the best time to sell it. The market is kind of tanked a little bit right now, but get those things out of an attic. It's too dry up there. Maybe too cold too. I'm not sure where you are, Matt the End Pod, but yeah, depending on what kind of books you have, it might be an okay time to sell. D. Perry says, how can you tell the difference between newsstand and Canadian price variant? Usually it's the price itself. I don't have any examples here. Maybe some more will come up. But usually Canadian price variants are newsstand. They're newsstand, and the price is different than the American. For example, there were a lot of books that were like 75 cents. Some of them were $1, right? And you knew those. I'm thinking of the Alpha Flight #1. I think that was a 75-cent American price, but it was $1 Canadian. So it would be $1, and it would have a newsstand. It would have like a barcode at the bottom, and that would be the Canadian price variant. Hey guys, P-Man's here. How you doing? Whoop. Wayne, Matt the Empod, me too. Lord Thoth, snowstorm coming here tomorrow in Ottawa. And that is not good. Not good. Everybody got that? Hey Doc, stay safe in the snowstorm on the way home. Appreciate you coming on tonight. My pleasure. I'm actually doing this from my home shop, so I am not going anywhere tonight. And my internet is not too bad. I got an excellent connection. It's all underground now anyways, I guess, all the fiber optics and such. Robin, what does Nippur think of peroxide cleaning? She is not a fan. actually. We've had long discussions about this, and she is not a fan of peroxide. You know, but I mean, I wish she was on here to discuss that. I don't want to speak for her. If she's out there, if you're out there still, Nipur, why in the conservation world is peroxide a no-no? Let us know. Type that in, Nipur. Let us know. Robin wants to know, and so do I. So let us know, Nipur, if you're still out there. Wayne actually put a link to that Novus plastic stuff. It'll get rid of the scratches and scuff marks on your CGC slabs right there. So go ahead and click on that link and check it out. Okay, let's keep going here. We got another 2.5 boxes to go still. All right, we're gonna do a new invoice here. Let's go back to the. It's all right. Black Panther Legends. Come on. 9.6. I thought that was going to be a 9.8 actually, but at least his other book's a 9.8. Detective Comics 1050 and a 9.8. What's that? Is that? It's a weird reflection down there. All right. Now we're into some older books. This is economy. These economies or economy fast tracks? Economies. These are economy books, guys. These are probably from May, June, I bet. Because that's where we're kind of in. With a really nice, Fantastic Four custom label. We got an FF28 and a 6.0. We also have A Journey into Mystery, 109. Awesome book with Magneto. And that's I'm making sure there's no cracks on it here. And that is a 7.0. Guys, hit that like button. I'm only at 20 likes and they got almost 40 of you in the room. We also have an ASM 34. And I don't see any scratches or cracks. And look, the old style Spider-Man. I love that label. This is probably just graded recently. So you know they have those labels in stock still. They're just not offering them to us. All right. And we have another one here. We have an ASM as a 42 and a 7.5. Not a bad grade at all. Actually, nothing to scoff at. And that is right there, number 42. And I really, really like these Daredevil labels. I like this label, and I really like the Daredevil label too. Right there, 7.5, Daredevil number 15. 15? Yeah, 15. And I got 2 more books if I run out of room, but let me just show them to you. We've got a Silver Surfer, number 3, first Mephisto, and a 6.0. Off-white pages, right? Yeah. Make sure there's no cracks on this baby. Don't see any right there. Okay. We also have, if you have number 6, you got to have number 1, right? And number 4 too, but that's hard to come by. A 4.0, they're pretty generous with this grade, guys, I think. A 4.5 on this one. Off-white pages. All right, so we've got a couple of those babies in there. So that's box number 1. We started off with a lot of modern books. We worked our way over to some economies. We'll go back to the chat while I pack these away, and I'll get the other box ready to rock and roll. Thomas Grant says, I hope these skill testing questions, he's referring to the 2,000 subscriber giveaway show I'm going to be having soon, aren't too hard. I'm not the most knowledgeable with trivia. It would be fun to win something. Oh, well, it'll be comic related probably, or fandom related, you know. Brouhaha, hey all. Matt the Empod says, nice number 1. I have X-Men from 200 without gaps and about 30% down to single number issues, then mostly zeros to some, or 2000s, aughts to some 90s. Mostly fun runs like Reminders, X-Force. You know, I don't do it anymore because I don't have the room for it, but I really did enjoy those days when I would go to the comic store or to the shows looking for run books to finish my runs, you know. And I still do see from time to time those diehard dudes with their lists buying their books they need to complete their runs. And they don't care about condition so much. It's just having that book. And the joy and excitement of finding that book you've been looking for is awesome, you know. It almost reminds me of when I was collecting Star Wars toys back in the 80s or early 80s when I need that one action figure and no store has it. Why is this thing going out of focus? Is it because of this? There we go. And I'd find that one figure I've been waiting for. Let me just try to fix this here. Hold on, guys. Is that in focus? I think it's better. Okay. Yeah, that was always a lot of fun. So I get it. I get it. But okay, guys, gotta go. I'm at work, driving back from Scarborough to Porto. Oh, be careful, Bad Hombre. Be careful. Drive safe, my friend. That is not a nice drive tonight. That's not a very nice drive at all, actually. I hope be very safe. That's about that's usually around a 45-minute drive to an hour. And now it's in this weather, it's probably going to be a bit longer than that, quite a bit longer. So be careful. John Sherwood says all Canadian price variants are newsstand and are from 1984 to 87. Thanks for clearing that up. Hopefully you'll see your books. I hope so too. Wayne says, Matt the M-Pod, when selling in bulk, you'll be lucky to get 10 cents on the dollar. Go through them. Pull all the keys and sell them individually, then be happy getting a low dollar on your bulk. Yeah, that's pretty good advice. Marty P's here. Hi, twice a week. This is good. How you doing there, Marty? Oh, Tim's here too. Hey, Kevin, I'm listening to you in as I do some work on a box for a youth hockey figure. Awesome. Guys, get over to Custom Made Everything and check out his custom Funko shop and custom McFarlane figure shop. He does some awesome work. And if you haven't watched it already, go back to my playlist and check out the custom Funko Pop Comic Doctor that I had commissioned by Tim. It was an awesome figure. It was really a lot of fun to have made. And if you got a birthday party coming up or an anniversary or retirement for somebody you know, it's a pretty fun gift to give them. All right. Box number 1 done. Gonna put all the invoices back to make sure my daughter has them ready to go when she has to sort these. God bless her. Okay. Shove this over there. Next one here. Ooh, boy. All right. Let's get started, shall we? No cracks, no cracks. I don't see any cracks. All right. We start off with Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange number 169 in a 3.5. We've got some low-grade keys here. We've got an Aquaman number 1, and it's a pretty beat up little baby. She's had some better days, but you know what? She's there. She's complete. And it is Aquaman number 1 in a 1.5. We've also got a Submariner number 1 in a 5.5. Got some nice Silver Age goodness here. Another 1.5. This one here has a complete split, I believe. I remember this book. This just went in. This was done really quick. This was done like, I think I said this a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And it's already, if this is the one, and I think it is. Is it? Let's see. Maybe this is not the one. It looks like it is. Well, whatever. I think it is because it's only a 1.5, and I think the whole front cover is split. But there it is right there. Presents really nice. Iron Man number 1. We also have a Captain Marvel number 12. Origin of first appearance of Marvel. Number 1 right there. All right. One of my favorite books here. I love this cover. Is Daredevil 131. First appearance of Bullseye. Make sure there's no cracks on that one. 7.0. All right. We got about 6 books done on the first box. We got another 19 books to go in there. And then a third box to go through. So guys, hope you're in for the night. Stick around. I'm going to go over to the chat room now. And again, if you have any questions about comic book collecting, CGCing, shipping your books, pressing, cleaning, any of that stuff, you can ask questions right in my chat, live chat, by the way. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. I get through usually everybody. So let's get back to the chat room, speaking of which, and see what's going on. Luke's here. Hey, Luke, I hope you saw your books. Matt says, thank you. The Art Chemist is here. Good evening, Doc. Do you do color touch removal, and what are your thoughts on that also great show with Red Hood and the Other Gentlemen? On that also great show with Red Hood and the Other Gentlemen. Are you okay? So let's answer your question in twos here. Do I do color touch removal? If I see color touch and a little bit of it, I'll take it off. but I often tell people to send the books into CCS for color touch removal. And as I said this before, it's because in the end, it is CGC who are the ones that are going to determine whether or not the color touch has been removed to their satisfaction. And I'm not them. You know, I might be happy with what I've done, but they may not be. So I don't want to charge somebody money. And then, because it's happened before, I've done an extensive color touch removal, was quite satisfied with the results, and then CGC wasn't. So I'm like, ah, and it becomes a headache. So I don't want to charge people for that. So no, I don't. Unless it's very minor, little tick, you know, I'll do it. Now, some guys do, and guys like, you know, Mike DeChellis or over at Hero or, you know, Sanderson Studios or Phantom Restoration. These guys in the States are really quite good, and they have a relationship with Matt Nelson. I do not have a relationship with Matt. I'm not in a relationship, nor do I have a relationship with Matt Nelson. I never met the man. So these guys know him. And so I'll give you an example. I forwarded, he might show up later on today. I forwarded a book to one of those guys I mentioned for one of my clients. He had some tape on a book. It was a high grade book. I didn't want to do the work. I just didn't want to do it. So I said, send it over to this guy. He did. They took the tape off and it came back conserved. Right? So my client wasn't happy about that. He got back in touch with, I'll tell you who it was. It makes no difference who it was. It was Sanderson. So Kenny. So Kenny said it should not have come back conserved. He will contact Matt Nelson and get that rectified. So that's what I'm trying to say. I don't have that kind of clout. I don't know him well at all. So I can't do that. So that's why I just stay away from it. Keep things simple. Your next question was your thoughts on that also great show with Red Hood and the other. Oh, I think you're talking about the show I was on about 2 weeks ago, where I was on, and if you guys haven't seen that yet, you can check it out. Look up Red Hood Comics. Myself and 3 other pressers just shoot the shit, basically, about stuff, and we talk about comic book pressing and what have you. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I never met any of those guys before. It was my first time talking with them. The comic book presser I follow, and we, you know, and since the video, we've chatted a couple of times, and actually Joe Red Hood, I've talked to him a few times. They're really nice dudes. The other fella, I don't know him at all. I've never met him before, and he seems like a nice guy. I don't follow him. I don't know much about his operation at all. But the other, I noticed the comic book presser, he does, he kind of reminds me of me a little bit. His philosophy is very similar to mine, I think. So I think we park our, as Robert Meyer Burnett says, we park our shuttlecrafts in the same shuttle bay, right? If you follow Robert Meyer Burnett, if you're a Star Trek fan, you'll understand that. Pinky Panther says, 2 books I sent to CGC were marked down from finger dents. The presser had pictures pricing the damage. The presser had pictures. Say that 10 times fast. The presser had pictures pricing the damage occurred at CGC. They're going to resell for free. And after he presses them again, you believe that? If you've got pictures, it makes a big difference. Last year, I did a book for Chris Reynolds, and it was a Fantastic Four 12, and we had pictures of the book. It was a very brittle book, but Chris had pictures. We sent it in. It came back and the whole cover had detached, had separated. So we sent the pictures, and they actually gave him like $500 US credit. So, you know, yeah, if you have pictures, I've said this before, it's always a good idea to take pictures of your books before you send them out to your presser, and then from the presser to the CGC. It's always good to have before pictures, even just for records for these types of things. So if significant damage does occur to the book at CGC, you've got proof the book didn't leave your house like that, you know, your premises like that. Reslab, I figured this what you're talking about. Michael's here. How you doing, Michael? Also make the perfect baby shower gift. Oh, you're talking about the custom Funkos. 1.5 Aquaman, so solo, you'll get the bends. Boom. Mike, you are always full of those jokes, buddy. 5.5 Submariner is laughing at the 1.5 Aquaman right now. Exactly. Serious question, though. I have a book that has wrinkling due to water damage or humidity. Can that be fixed? Sure it can. It's a bit of a pain in the rear, but yeah, it can be fixed. If there's staining involved with that, that can sometimes present a problem. There are ways to remove the staining, but oftentimes it's a very lengthy process and it just isn't worth it. It just isn't worth it. Like, again, going back to all these guys who are blue lighting books and cleaning covers and such, I think, you know, you gotta be really cautious and understand that, are the books deserving of it? Like, I mean, there was one over here. Actually, where is it? Show it to you. No, not that one. This one. Like, for example, you got a book like this. The book's already a low grade book. And this one here has, if you look here, it has, you can't really see it, but I'll do it like this. It has some water staining. You can see here, right? Can that be removed? Can the water staining be removed? Sure. It can be removed to a certain extent. But how much do you want to pay to do that? Because that'll take several hours, right? You know, I was over on Phantom Restoration's Instagram page, and he's done some amazing cover cleaning, cover baths for like Fantastic Four $1 and some other really big books. Yeah, for those books, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Books that are worth thousands of dollars. But a book like this, are you going to spend $400? Or I think he said he starts the minimum cost of cleaning a cover is $150 US. And then it goes by the value of the book, so a percentage, right? And that's pretty much the going rate. So that's like about 220 Canadian. Are you going to spend 220 Canadian to get the back cover cleaned on this? You're better off to go find a higher grade copy, really. You know, unless you're doing the work yourself and you just enjoy doing it. If you're a hobbyist, I knew a guy out in Ottawa who loved doing it. Just loved cleaning the books, and it was a hobby. And he would spend hours and hours and hours cleaning books, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But to ask a professional to do that work, you're going to get charged accordingly. So when is it adequate? When is it appropriate to do the work? When does it make sense to do the work? But yeah, back to your question. Sure, it can be fixed. Broadbin, have you heard about counterfeit slabs showing up recently? Somehow tried to list one on my comic shop. Yeah, I've been hearing about that sort of thing, guys. It's out there, right? Anytime someone can take advantage of us, they're going to damn well try, right? So just be very cautious. You know, buying a book, a slab, you know, on eBay, and where you're not holding the slab and inspecting it. Yeah, you can be very careful. Just be very, very careful. There are ways of counterfeiting these guys. So you gotta be really careful. But I have heard of it. Yes. Peter, how you doing? Kid Kevin, keep waiting for my books to pop up. Have you ever worked on a book that was either so pricey or so delicate it made you nervous? No. Nervous? No, I don't think I get nervous. Just a little bit more, maybe super tuned in is the word. Yeah, I've worked on books that are like 20, 30,000. You know, and yeah, it's a little nerve wracking. You just gotta make sure the area is clear. You just double check everything. Like right now, my place is an absolute if you guys can see, there's like a bomb went off right beside me here. It is, oh my gosh. I'm just, right now, I'm in the middle of packing up CGC books. When I end this video, I'm going back to work packing. I got 2 huge boxes to ship out. So it's a mess in here. So I got to make sure everything's clear. I almost mentally prepare for it. Make sure the area is perfectly clean and organized so that no mishaps can happen, and you just attack it. You don't want someone nervous working on your big books. Trust me. Zodiac says, keep it thorough is a channel has referring to... Okay, I'm so confused. Where is it? Keep it thorough. Keep it thorough is the channel he's referring to with Red Hood. It's called Red Hood Comic, I think. Again, if one of the Blue Wrenches could find it, it's Red Hood Comics. You can put Comic Doctor and it should show up. It was a video we did about. It's like a 2-hour. We just chat for 2 hours. So if you want to get in and listen in, you're more than welcome to. CGC has done me dirts with their BS pressing that I never wanted. It was a great show. Oh, okay, cool. Comic pressing panel discussion. Yeah, thank you. So, Chemist, they did work on your book. You didn't want the work done? You didn't ask for it, and they did it? Pinky Panther proving. I guess you're... I'm not sure where that's coming from. Daniel's here. I think he meant proving, not pricing. Probably. Eddie's here. RMB is a cool dude. He is definitely passionate about Star Trek. That is for sure. Christian V. What CCS and what Kev calls pressing are 2 different things. CCS just does a light press on the machine. Kev sounds like he works really hard on your books. I do. Moneyball Comics, the comic doctor, just wanted to say hello and keep up the great works right behind me, right now. Moneyball, they're in there. Well, the presses are open. They're ready to be inspected. They were in overnight. Now it's a matter of fine-tuning, and they should be out of here this week. Your worst nightmare. I love comic books and the comic doctor. Thank you, worst nightmare. I certainly appreciate it. Going back to what Christian V says, yeah, you've got some pressers that do quantity, guys, quantity. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like if people are saying, I'll get your books done in a week and I'm going to do, 200 of your books, don't expect the books to have a lot of, don't expect a lot of attention to detail. And maybe you don't want a lot of attention to detail. Maybe you just want to spruce them up a little bit, send them in and get a grade and sell the darn thing. That's fine. But if you want your books to be looked at again and again and again and work to the point, like in fact, I was packing up a book for one client today. It was a Hulk 180. And I looked at it and said, this still doesn't look right. So I took it out, and it's been done for about a week. I took it out and I repressed it again. Probably the 7th press on that book before it went to CGC. I just didn't make it much. Didn't really do much to it, to be honest. But I just, for my own OCD, I wanted to do it one more time, and I did. So I mean, that's what you're getting with me. That's why you wait. John, you treat all your books like big boy books. That's why we go to the doctor. I do. I mean, I do. It makes no difference. It's your property, guys. I do treat them all like big boy books. Jeffrey, John Sherwood, technically not all Canadian price variants are newsstand or before 88. TMNT Archie Adventures had a Canadian price variant that was a direct edition and had newsstand edition number 2. Okay. And you know what? I am not an expert on Canadian price variants and newsstand edition, so glad for that information. Thank you, Jeffrey, for clarifying. Hey, let's get back to looking at some comic books. What do you say? Because I got a whole other box to get to still. All right. Next, we have a Daredevil number 158 and 8.5. First Frank Miller in the Daredevil books. We have a first appearance of, what's her name? Elektra. In Daredevil 168, and that's a 6.5. They seem pretty mean to that book. Let me see what's going on. There's got to be something. For it to be a 6.5, there's got to be something going on. Okay, I see it. Yeah, I see a couple of things on there. Yeah, okay. I see why. I still think it should have been at least a 7, but whatever. What do I know? What the hell do I know? All right. You want some old books? We got some old books. How about this, guys? Detective Comics number 84. 1944 and a 1.8. Another Batman, but we got a Batman 57 from 1950 in a 2.0. Throw in some Golden Age books with our Silver Age. Nothing wrong. And with our Bronze and Moderns. We've got a Batman 100 anniversary issue. This one's in a 1.5. And we have a Batman 181, first appearance of Poison Ivy. It says restoration includes small amount of glue on cover, spine splits sealed to cover. This book is really rough. They don't usually put a purple label on a book that's in this kind of shape, but they did this time. There it is. We also have oh, I know, these are, I know whose books these are, and his name's escaping me right now, from West Toronto. There we go, come on, get out of there. There we go. We got a WoW Comics 33 and a 3.5, nice Captain Marvel family book. We also have a Captain Marvel Jr. I'll go like this now, running out of room, and a 3.0. It's a great cover right there, and a 3.0. Now the next one was a super huge pain in the rear end. This one we worked on. You want to talk about going back and working it and working it and working it? Well, and I did not take a before on this sucker. OMG. I'm pretty sure this is the one. Is this the one? I'm pretty sure it is. Let me just double check here. No, it's the next one. But still, we got a Wiz Comics number 40, 1943. I hope that that Ace Automotive is not watching because he loves these Wiz books. And then this is the one that I should have taken before and afters of, and we did not do it. This one had all kind of pencil marks. This one turned out unbelievable. This had pencil writing all over it. And, it, you know, if you look closely, you can kind of see some of the pencil marks around it, but it was awful. And it took this sucker went in, oh my gosh, like 3 times, plus all the pencil mark removal. Was not a fun deal. And came back at 3.5. The cover looks fantastic now. Very, very nice. All right, I have to pack these ones up now because I'm running out of room. So I will do that right now. And go back to the chat room and see who's back in. Let's go over. Love to learn whenever you can. I am the same as you, John. Hey, James is here. Just got home. Jeffrey, but 99.9% of CPVs are newsstand. All right, that's good to know. That's what I always thought. Mitchie. The P-Man, Batman 57 was white pages. Nice. It's crazy, eh? Isn't that crazy when Golden Age books come back white pages? His name is escaping you. Maybe Harry Houdini. I'm sure we're talking about something I said earlier, and I've already forgotten because I'm old. Now we're talking. Golden Age is my jam. All right, Wayne. Yeah, nice. Faucet. I know, eh? Nothing wrong with that. I want to see that white pager, what you're talking about. Which one is it over here? Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, look at this. White pages, guys. It's a 2.0, but the book's got white pages. What's up with that? Nothing wrong with that, mind you. Nothing wrong. You have that nice I love that. It's a great looking book right there. That's brittle pages, that one. Quite the difference. And then we have back to the Daredevils and back to our chat. We got about another 7 books in here and a whole other box to go through. So don't go anywhere. And please remember to hit that like button. We're at 31 likes. I always like to get around 40 before I finish the show. That's always nice to see. Not always the case, but what can you do? Matt the End Pod says, I have that black suit Spider-Man in Secret Wars with a biro pen squiggle on it. Is it removal worth the cost? Sometimes if you're talking about I think you're talking about when you say biro pen, are you talking about like the wax pencils? Because sometimes they come right off, other times they leave a stain, other times they're very finicky, they leave a faint stain. It depends how obtrusive it is, right? We certainly would try getting rid of it if you were to hand that to submit that. Luis Mendoza says, "Was up, bud? Hope all's well with you and your family." Thank you, Lewis. Everything is going well. Hope with you, your family as well. Thank you. Oh, ink pens. Ink does not come off, Matt. It'll be on there, unfortunately, for eternity. For eternity. All right. What do we have next? Well, we're on a Shazam kick. Let's keep going with Shazam, I guess. We've got Shazam #1 in a 9.0. Another economy book here. Has a page missing, hence the green label. It's a 7.5 Silver Surfer #1. It's a nice copy. This here we have a look at the ripples on that. Holy cow. That's so aggravating. House of Secrets 92. It's got color touch on this, but look at the ripples on that, on the top on this one. See, sometimes the ripples are just awful. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. All right, look at that. Look at that. They look awful. And you can see the book is just big. It's like right up against the edge there. Off-white to white. 5-0. We got a 9 point. We got some moderns to finish this box off. We got a 9.6 white pager. Wolverine #8. We've got a Punisher #1 in a 9.2. We have a Sensational She-Hulk #1 in an 8.0. And we have a mini Ashcan. Preview presents Queen of Halloween's Ashcan #1 in a 9.4. Right there. Pretty neat. All right, so there it is, guys. That's box #2. Kind of a whole mishmash of stuff in that box. And the one book I'm not happy with in that box is that House of Secrets. I can't stand the way that book looks now. Can't stand that. Shouldn't ripple like that. That's too much. Like, all the books ripple to a certain extent, but that's just ridiculous. All right, let's go back to the here. Howard, CGC turnaround times are super fast right now. Really, really, really fast. Like, super duper fast. Matt says, you call them ballpoints. I think we all learned something. England is a different country. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, ballpoints are, yeah, they're there to stay. Blade Man Steve's here. How you doing, Blade Man? Good to see you. I'm surprised you're not out in the bush somewhere. Spiro, I love it when the colorful labels match the books. Nice. Wayne, Matt the Empire. Yes, Matt, you spelled tire wrong. Okay, stop picking on the British people. We're all friends here. We're all friends here. Okay, another box, guys. Another box to go. It's right there. I have no idea what's in that box, but we're going to find out, so don't go anywheres. Don't go, and if you haven't done so already and you're new here, hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Oh my gosh, this box is jam-packed. You hold on. Ugh. There we go. All right. Again, I'll be having my 2,000 subscriber draws, I should say, in about a week and a half or so over the March break. Spring break, as I think the Americans call it. We call it March break up here. But in order to win, you must be a subscriber, because it's all going to happen in our chat section. So in order to do that, you have to be a subscriber. All right, so we got 2 boxes of Modern and a Fast Track Economy coming up next. Here we go. All right, we start up with a Fantastic Four book I've been seeing a lot more of. I guess everyone's anticipating Doctor Doom. We got a Fantastic Four 57. We also have an Avengers number 62 and a 3.5. We also have, that's an awesome cover right there, Daredevil 43 and a 6.0. And a Captain America 103 and a 6.5. This is obviously the Fast Track Economy books. Oh, we got stung, guys. We got stung. Restoration. Well, so this is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I am saying. Restoration includes cover cleaned. Now, did I dry clean this book? If it needed it, I did. But I'm going to tell you, it's washed out, as you can see, and CGC thinks the book has been cleaned, which means it's either been washed or it's been exposed to blue light. And I don't know. I can't speak to that because I didn't do it, but they seem to think it was. And this is what's been happening lately. These are the types of grades. These are the results of that. I haven't seen a lot come through me because I don't do it, right? But this book was given to me. Obviously, the person who had this book prior to me did that work because I didn't do that to this. And I can see the book does look washed out. The colors do look sort of washed out. You see Thor's jersey there. He looks kind of dull, you know? Yeah. So anyways, the trick is, guys, when people are doing this type of work, when they're cleaning these books, they have to do it in such a way that it's not obvious. And that's the trick. That's where the practice comes in, and that's when knowing how far to go with it. And I think, unfortunately, some people just don't they don't know when to stop. And that, unfortunately, those are the results. Next, we have an Avengers number 55. I think it's the first appearance of Ultron. Yep. Right here, and it's 7.0. It's a cool book. That book was huge for, remember when, before Ultron came out, the Avengers film? That book was huge. All right, we have an Avengers number 83. Nice copy of first appearance of Valkyrie in a 6.0. That looks nothing like the Valkyrie we got, does it? What's up with that? All right, let's go back over. I'm going to pack these babies up. Henry, those Golden Age are awesome. I know, eh? They're nice. Wayne gives you all such great advice. Like, subscribe too, then you can join the chat. Matt the End Pod. Soon, guys. It's also late here too. Always a pleasure. Thanks, Matt. Anyone heading to Toronto Comic Con? Wayne, I think I'm going to take Jack to the Comic Con for a night. I even grab a hotel and stay in Toronto for the night. I don't know yet. But I think I need a little break, and perhaps heading out there with my son will be kind of fun. The problem I see with grading is that there are too many outside variables that can affect the grade, and you can't refute them. That and the grading is quite subjective. Yeah. I need FF53. Anyone selling it cheap, I may get Andy Serkis to sign it. What is he charging for signatures? I just find they're way too expensive. I'm hearing Ultron will be back in the MCU. I'm hearing that too. I've heard rumblings of that. But the MCU right now, my friends, is hurting. Hurting. So who knows what's going to happen with the MCU? I'm actually not too excited with the MCU right now. I mean, Guardians looks okay, but I'm just not too stoked right now. They're letting me down. My boys are letting me down. Nice. All right. Malin says, how is your backlog? With the craze slowing down, prices falling back, and inflation making people worried, has business slowed down, or is it still going pretty good? Just wondering. It has slowed down, Malice. It has slowed down. But it's still brisk. It's still brisk. During COVID, it was stupid busy. It was insanely busy. Too busy. I couldn't even keep up. And my backlog is still better than it was. I'm still not at the 2-month market where I want to be. I want to be at a 2-month turnaround now for my services. I mean, we're still dealing with November, December books right now. We had a lot of big orders come in, like big orders, and not by one person, like by several people. And that slowed us down again, but we're getting through them. So I don't know. It's better, but yeah, we're still getting books every week. This past weekend, I got another 50, 60 books at the shop. At the show, I got about 250 books. The books are coming in, people that are in this because they love it. If they, anybody who's using CGC still wants to have their books pressed and cleaned. And I think all these fly-by-night guys who came out of the woodwork to take advantage of how busy everything was during COVID, I think they're going to start kind of not bothering anymore. I have a feeling, because the work for them is going to slow down a lot too. But I have such a clientele now that, it may not be as frequent, but I have regulars that keep bringing books, and it's okay, right? And I prefer it this way. It was too busy. It was way too busy. Yeah. Wayne, $100 for autographs. That's not bad, I guess. They just announced a lot of the cast of The Boys will be at Comic-Con. I'll be there. Oh, cool. Rob collects. Disney needs to do a reset with Marvel, cancel everything and regroup. I kind of agree with you, Rob. I kind of agree with you. Yep. All right, let's keep going, guys. We got Daredevil number 38 in an 8.0. That's a sweet looking book. All right, that's what I like to see. An Amazing Spider-Man 700. I think this was a crack and a resubmit. If I remember correctly, it was either a 9.4 or a 9.6. If I remember correctly. I'd have to look it on my phone. Oh, you know what? These both were. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. That was a 9.2. Where's my phone? Oh, right here. Let me have a quick look, guys. I think these are both crack and resubs. Let me just double check. And again, the name of the client is escaping me. He's a regular though. Let me see if I can find, because these didn't go very long ago. Let me see if I can find in my pictures here. Give me one quick second. Okay, that's not them. That's not them. I love to see that as they come in. That's great. But having really good luck with these modern crack and resubs. A lot of people, you know, who apparently press and clean don't do a fantastic job. I'm not seeing them in here. Okay, that's not good. It's got to be over here somewhere. I must have missed it. Let me just look one more time. And if I can't find it, I'm going to forget it. I'll post it later on, like on my website. Okay, it's not there. There's, okay, that's, okay, yeah, they are. Oh my gosh, guys, check this out. You ready? Punisher. White pages. Bang. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, man. I love that. And then the other one was a 9.6 up to a 9.8. There you go. So this one here was a 9.6 bump to a 9.8. I thought it was a 9.2. It was an 8.5 bump to a 9.8. Congratulations. You know who you are. I totally forget who they belong to, but they'll get sorted soon and be back to their owners sooner rather than later. And that's fantastic. Very, very happy about this. Okay, we'll keep going here. And they came back really quick. Got a 9.6 copy of Secret Wars #1. This is a newsstand copy. Oh, is it? No, direct copy, sorry. What am I talking about? We got a 7.5 copy of Avengers Annual #10, and that is actually a newsstand copy. We have a 9.2 copy of Spider-Man 238, first appearance of the Hobgoblin, and this has the is a Canadian price variant, and that's a 9.2. We've got a 9.6 copy of Thor 337. This book has come down quite a bit, but it's a 9.6. It's also a newsstand, right? No, not newsstand. This is a Canadian price variant. See, 75 cents right there. All right, gonna go back and see what you guys are saying, because I'm out of room again, guys. Hit that like button, my friends. Hit that 42. That's fantastic. 51 people in the room. I've noticed since I've hit 2,000 subscribers, now I've got about 50 people in the room every time we do a live stream. That's awesome. The more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. Malice, good, thanks for the response. You're very welcome, Malice. Welcome. Dave House, Kid Kevin, how's it going? Nice books tonight. Yes, they are. They are. Thank you, Dave. Robert N., how are you? I am doing well. How are you, Robert? The P-Man, great work, Doc. Thank you. 8.5 to a 9.8. Boom. Yes, I would agree. That is pretty awesome. Very happy about that. Good job on those bumps. The owner will be very thrilled, I'm sure. The book just had the right problems, right? The books have to have the right problems. And if they do, then getting that 9.8, those high grades are there. Luis Mendoza, awesome, great job on those bumps. Thank you. Especially comics. Nice job on the Punisher, Kev. Thank you very much. And I think that one went in. That one went in at least twice. You know, again, I think someone said, "Oh well, if you're pressing them more than once, you're doing it wrong. If you're pressing a comic more than once, you're doing it wrong." Am I? Am I really doing it wrong? You have your techniques and your methodology. I have my techniques and my methodology. And if you can press a book once and get a 9.8, God bless you. I don't think you can. Sometimes you can. I shouldn't say you can't ever get it, but I don't think it's not that simple, as I'm trying to say. Every book is different, so you can't determine that. It's impossible. All right, we got a 9.2 on a first appearance of Mademoiselle Webb in an Amazing Spider-Man 210. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Alpha Flight, one of my favorites is coming up. We got another Peter Parker. This book's been coming in quite a bit lately, guys. This is going to start. I think this is heating up for some reason. A 9.4 white pager right there. Great cover. We have, wait a sec. Is this the Canadian price variant? I think this is. We have Alpha Flight #1, 9.8 white pager. I think this is the Canadian price variant. I believe it is. We've got a 9.4 first appearance of Predator in comics right here, first print. We have another Silver Sable first appearance in 9.2 in a 265. Right there. Whoa. Get in there. There we go. And we have a newsstand copy of Amazing Spider-Man 252 in an 8.5. And again, I don't know if that's a Canadian price variant, is it? I get so confused with these damn things. And I should know, but I just think, I don't know. It boggles my brain, guys. It boggles my brain. All right, let's keep going. Go back to the chats here, pack these babies up. Dave House says, does pressing an ASM 230 with tattoos pose any challenges? Not if you know what you're doing. You have to take it's a different approach, right? You got to protect the book differently. That's pretty much it. But I can say, Dave, that 238s do like to press out quite nicely, which makes things easier. Wayne, 8.5 to 9.8, 3 times the value. Yeah, not bad. Thanks, Art Chemist. Stuart says, evening, Kev. Nice bumps to the Punisher. Thank you, my friend. Art Chemist also says, LOL, I can even clean a cover without losing my mind and erasing the cover to oblivion. Well, that's just it, right? How far do you go? How far do you go? And you see it getting cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. How far do you go? And do you want to clean a comic to that level? Do you want to make it so white it looks so unnatural when the inside pages are tanned and then the outside is so white? It always brings me back to my antique restoration days. If you know me at all, you know that I used to refinish antiques, and all through university I had a little side business where I was refinishing antiques, wood, like coffee tables and a chest of drawers and things like that. And I remember, I would only work on pieces that were really far gone, where the finish was so destroyed it had to be, you had to refinish it. But you got to understand, in some circles, refinishing antiques is a no-no, right? The moment you strip off a finish off a 200-year-old piece of furniture, you strip off its history. You strip off its patina, they call it, right? So the same can be said about comic books, right? I've had a lot of guys tell me that they like the way I do the books because they don't, oftentimes, especially the older stuff, doesn't look like they've been tampered with too much. You know what I mean? And that's the way I kind of like it. Yeah, you can brighten a book up and do all that, but sometimes I think it can look just too unnatural, and that's a problem. But again, I never judge anybody for this. You can do it. It's your stuff. You do what you want to do, and if people want you to do it and they're paying you for it, go ahead. I'm investigating it myself. I'm looking into blue light lightning. I'm doing all that. I have to, right? It's where the industry is going. So I'm looking into it, and I have a way of approaching it. I think that's going to be pretty interesting, but not there quite yet. And yeah, it's going to take a lot more discussions and to see where we're at. All right, let's keep going. We got a 9.0. No cracks in these 3 boxes, guys. Not that I could see. Moon Knight, Marvel Spotlight on Moon Knight. We've got a 9.6 copy of Wolverine #1. This is Napur's favorite book to press. She actually hates it. We've got a 9.2 copy of crap, where did I put that? I was thinking, just thought of something else. A 9.2 copy of ASM 361, and that's a newsstand copy. All right, we also have a 9.0 copy of Ghost Rider Volume 2, #1. Been seeing that come in. It's a direct copy. Been seeing this issue pop up quite more frequently as of late. And we finally finish off with Hulk #1. Not that Hulk #1, but the other Hulk #1 with the first appearance of not the green or the gray Hulk, but rather the red Hulk right here in a 9.6. Yeah, not too bad. Let's go back to the chat. You guys are still talking up a storm here. Rob Bin says, whoa. Yeah, that copy is the CPV. Awesome. Love the Predator. Brian says ASM 252 is not Canadian price variant. That's right, 75 cents. So it's just a plain old newsstand copy then. Rob Bin, I got served a commercial. Find that odd for YouTube to do that on a live stream. You did. Anybody else get a commercial? I don't know how they're doing that. If it's a live stream. I thought with live streams there were no commercials. Oh, you did? Okay. Kev, you don't show all the comics you press in your What's in the Press videos, right? You know what, Mike? I don't even do the What's in the Press right now. I have no time. But no, I never did. Well, I used to. I shouldn't say that. I used to. Religiously, I would show all the books I was working on. But it just got a little bit too much, you know. This YouTube thing is a rabbit hole that you know, takes up a lot of time. Even doing these, like right now, I was in the middle of doing my CGC prep. I stopped what I was doing, prepped my room, and you know, I've been here for an hour and 10 minutes with you right now. It's an hour and 10 minutes. I was not doing work, right? Well, I was working, but with you guys, which I don't mind. But I can't do it every single day or I'll get nothing done. I really need my evenings. As you know, I'm back to teaching right now. So from 8:30 in the morning till 4:30, I'm at school, right? And then from 4, sorry, I shouldn't say 4 till 4. Then from 4:30 till 6:30, I'm at the shop. Then I come home and I got more work to do here. So right now until June, I'm a dead man. Until June, I'm working my tail off. Basically 2 jobs right now. So the videos are not easy to do, but I love doing the What's in the Press, but unfortunately I think it's taken a back seat to these unboxings. And I show every single book that comes back to me on these unboxings. So I figure at least you're getting them on the way back, you know? What I might start doing is What's in the Press for American books, because you never see those books come back. They end up going back to their owners in the US. So maybe I'll do What's in the Press for American clients so they can at least see their books showcased at one point, right? Specialty Comics is 75-cent cover price is the Canadian for the ASM 252. Thank you for clearing that up. Page whitening is like cosmetic surgery. Doesn't look natural. Again, it depends, I think, on how far someone goes. Madonna didn't look that bad after her first 2 plastic surgeries. But now, on the other hand, you can't even recognize her, right? Is that a good analogy? I don't know if it was or not. It's not an unboxing. Sam, you're right. It's not an unboxing with an ASM 361. Damn right. Whoa, Brian Bowman says, commercials here too. Okay, yeah, I guess YouTube's trying to make money off me. Sorry about that. I hope it wasn't a long one. Can you skip it after a while? No commercials for me. YouTube Premium. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm YouTube Premium as well. I don't get commercials either. Did you guys get the commercial at the 1 hour mark? Maybe they did. I got an ad too. First time. Did you declare how the brats at school behaving? They are fine. They're not brats. They're just trying to survive like the rest of us. All right, guys, there you go. Okay, listen, that's it for me, guys. I want to get back. I want to get these boxes packed up before I get too tired to do so. My friends, thank you for joining us. If you've been here for the whole show, that's awesome. Thanks for sticking around. Before you take off, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Of course, the notification bell so you'll know when I go live again. And I will be going live again at some point this week. Probably Thursday, maybe Wednesday, but I'm thinking Thursday. If more boxes come tomorrow, maybe I'll go Wednesday. I don't know. We'll see. But hit that notification bell so YouTube will notify you that I am going to go live or that I have a show coming up. Also, remember, if you want to take part in my 2,000 subscriber giveaway show, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, you have to subscribe if you want to win. And I've got a whole ton of books going away, including this awesome copy of, and this is for 18-year-olds and over, a Playboy issue number, I'm not even sure what issue, from August of 1981, and it's commemorating the Superman series that was donated to the channel by our friend of the channel, Steve, Blade Man Steve. You wanted to give that out, and I got a ton more. And I'll do a video actually outlining what I'm giving away in the upcoming days, so you'll know exactly what's going to be had at that show. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your night. If you're in Ontario, Southern Ontario, be safe tonight. If you're driving home, it's a terrible storm out there right now. Yee, looks awful out there. And have a great night. Okay, guys? Take care and hope to see you all very, very soon on my, looking for my end thumbnail here, wherever the heck it is. And I can't find, oh, there it is. Hope to see you again in the next stream. Okay, guys, take care. Have a good night. Bye for now.